Have you ever felt so overwhelmed that you just went quiet inside, where numbness started to feel like safety? Today we are meeting the plant who cuts through that fog. This is Kael'Thorin, the soul of Cayenne. He is here to return the fire to your spine and the truth to your voice. Let's explore why aliveness is your birthright and how to reclaim your inner yes. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to show you how to make a courage spark, a tiny ritual for when you feel the need to speak a truth you've been holding back. I am reading today from the Light Apothecary, Volume 1. We are at the threshold of day 3. If you're following along in your own copy, we are on chapter Kael'Thorin, Cayenne, on page 190. He who cuts through numbness and reclaims the fire of truth. Kael'Thorin speaks, I am truth arriving as sensation. I am the warmth that remembers. I am the spark that says, here I am. I return you to aliveness through clarity. I bring voice where silence was. I bring motion where will was frozen. I bring the red line back into your spine. I bring pulse. I bring heat. I bring the fire that knows itself. I bring the return of your inner yes. You do not need to forget to remember. You do not need to numb to stay safe. You do not need to soften what is sharp and loving. I come to restore your right to feel. Speak, rise, ignite, and move. I am the fire of discernment and the warmth of truth. That is all. He arrives as clarity, a sudden warmth rising in the chest, a pulse returning to the limbs, a veil lifting where you had gone quiet inside. Kael'Thorin approaches with the precision of heat that knows its purpose. He's the moment the body says, I choose to feel again. Where ginger melts, cayenne sharpens. Where ginger invites, cayenne reveals. He awakens the fire of discernment in places where numbness once pretended to be safety. I love that line. He awakens the fire of discernment in places where numbness once pretended to be safety. Elemental natures, pure fire through red earth. Heat condensed into a body of fruit. Clarity shaped into flame. He's a spark without apology, a blade of heat sent from the sun's own forge. Where ginger's warmth, cayenne is edge. He awakens, but cutting through. His nature is sharp, but deeply loving. He speaks the truth that shivers the lie. He speaks the truth that shivers the lie. Earth origin. Cayenne's earthly lineage begins in Mesoamerica, the red volcanic soils of Mexico, Central America's dry heat regions, northern South America, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador. These are lands where heat is a teacher. He learned to transform discomfort into direction and stagnation into courage. Kael'Thorin first rooted in the warm-blooded soils of South and Central America, where volcanoes rumble beneath red soil, where humidity clings like second skin. He learned to thrive in intensity, and so he became a surge, a messenger of aliveness and hostile terrain. Star origin. His star memory flows from Antares, the red guardian of the Scorpio's heart, a star of precision, shock to awakening, and truth that arrives like lightning. From there he carries the teaching, fire restores the felt sense of being alive. He comes from the red flame stream, a stellar band of catalytic fire near Antares. He's from resurgence. His code carry the memory of awakening after suppression, bursting through containment, fire that reveals the unseen. His origin is where silence was broken. Energetic memory. Kael'Thorin remembers the first spark after collapse, the return of sensation to a numb limb, the moment anger becomes truth instead of armor, the courage that rises when heat returns, the clarity that follows the burning of illusion, breath that returns after fear, tears that come when the numbness ends, the gasp of truth when it finally lands, boundaries born through heat, and truth spoken in sweat. He teaches that numbness is past life force. He's the inner pepper that shouts, now! Teachings. I teach aliveness is your birthright. Truth is not cruel. It is warm and sharp. Pain is not the enemy. Stagnation is. His fire is a path. He burns through what does not belong. How to meet me. So she also offers a few recipes. Fire, water, daily clarity tonic for stagnation, low circulation, heaviness. You need 250 milliliter warm water, a small pinch cayenne powder, juice of half of a lemon, optional 1 teaspoon honey. Stir clockwise and sip slowly. Feel warmth rise through chest and limbs. Drink slowly when the limbs feel cold or the spirit stuck. This is a truth tea. Ember broth for coldness, shutdown, fog. Add to any soup or broth intended to move stagnation. A small pinch cayenne. Optional, ginger 1 to 2 slices. Turmeric, a small slice or a 1/4 teaspoon powder. Simmer 10 minutes, drink warm. This restores movement in the fascia and digestion, especially supportive during colds, grief, or emotional collapse. Warming oil. For cold hands, cold feet, stagnant limbs, topical and gentle. 100 milliliter jojoba or sesame oil. Add 1 tiny pinch cayenne powder, dried cayenne pepper. Let infuse 12 to 24 hours, ideally for 2 to 4 weeks in sunlight, and strain well. Massage lightly into cold areas, never on the face. Use externally for stiff joints or cold extremities. Do not apply to open wounds. Then, courage spark, symbolic ritual. Dip a clean finger into a tiny grain of cayenne. Place lightly under the tongue before speaking aloud something you've held back. He helps the words arrive with force and clarity. Note, a little is enough. Respect the edge. My work in you. He clears emotional shutdown, numbness, avoidance, self-abandonment, the fog that hides truth, paralysis of will, numbness of truth, silence born from shame, boundaries that dissolves in trauma. And he awakens courage, clarity, discernment, inner fire, spine, forward motion, the will to say what must be said, clarity in places that blurred. He returns the flame of selfhood. He is a guardian of the throat and gut. He aligns the voice with the solar nerve. And then he offers harvesting guidance. Harvest when fruits are fully red, skin is glossy, seeds rattle slightly. Harvest ripe red fruits in the full heat of summer. Let them fully mature. Fire must complete itself. Dry whole in sunlight if possible, and grind only when ready to use. This preserves fire. Never use moldy or faded peppers. Kael'Thorin speaks only through vibrant bodies. Offer your own voice as a thank you. He thrives on honest sound. Notes from the garden. He grows like a quiet flame, upright and unapologetic. He's the bright sentinel. You feel him before you see him, like a heat wave before the flame. He enjoys heat, wind, and open sky. He does not grow where denial lives. He's not interested in being liked. He's here to awaken what you buried. He says, I come when you're ready to feel again. I arrive when numbness is no longer holy. I ignite the truth that couldn't be whispered. I return you to sensation. I return you to truth. Thank you so much. I hope you loved this as much as I did. So the next one will be turmeric root. And yeah, if you like to hold your own copy, you are very welcome to invite this book into your home. I love you. See you next time.